if I go like, would that be better? Halloween is upon us. Don't know what I'm doing. Hello everyone! Yesterday I just went to a celebration of life, which was pretty cool. And while I was there, they had like a little market. And I got this like cute little soy-based candle that is apple strudel, and it just smells so good. It makes my room smell so great, and it gives me the feeling of fall, even though it is still summer weather where I am. So that's just gonna stay there and look pretty throughout the video. Here's how we're gonna start. Demons on the boat. Imagine you're steering a ship far out at sea. Below the deck, out of sight, lies a vast horde of demons, all with enormous claws and razor-sharp teeth. And they've made a deal with you. As long as you keep the ship drifting aimlessly out at sea, they'll stay beneath the deck, so you don't have to look at them. But if you ever start heading towards the shore, they immediately rush up the deck, flap their wings, bare their fangs, and threaten to tear you to shreds. Not surprising, you don't like that very much. So you say, "Sorry demons, I didn't mean to, please go back down below." And you turn the ship around and drift back out to sea. And the demons disappear beneath the deck. So you breathe a sigh of relief and everything seems okay for a while. So the problem is, you soon get fed up of drifting aimlessly. You get bored, lonely, miserable, resentful, and anxious. You see all those other ships heading towards the shore, and you know that's where you really want to be going. So one day, you pluck up courage, turn the tiller, and head toward the shore once again. But the moment you do, those demons swarm up onto the deck and threaten to rip you into pieces again. But here's the interesting thing. Although these demons are very good at threatening you, they never actually cause you physical harm. Why not? Because they can't. All they can do is growl loudly, wave their claws, and look terrifying. Physically, they can't even touch you. The only power they have is the ability to intimidate. So if you believe they're really going to do what they say they'll do, then they've got control of the boat. But once you realize they have no capacity to physically harm you, then you're free. You can take your ship wherever you want, as long as you're willing to accept the demon's presence. All you have to do to reach land is let the demons gather around, let them scream at you all they like, and keep steering the ship toward the shore. The demons may howl and protest, but they're powerless to stop you. So, currently reading The Happiness Trap by Russ, and it's about how to stop struggling and start living using ACT, which is a mindfulness-based program for reducing stress, overcoming fear, and creating a rich and meaningful life. The whole point of that passage is about when you have emotions and thoughts within inside you that are constantly popping up and you don't really want to hear them. So you push them away, or like, okay, don't do anything to tempt them. Don't do anything to trigger these emotions. You avoid everything in life. And then you're gonna get tired of that. So this whole week I've been learning about what diffusing is. So that's the topic for today, this week. Diffusion is, alright, let me back up a little bit. So, fusion is when you fuse with those thoughts and emotions. If you attach yourself to them and get all wrapped up in them, whether you're fighting them or you're believing and giving into them. Either way, you're connecting with that and believing it to be true, and it's just giving it all your power. So diffusing is to kind of detach from those thoughts and feelings and recognizing them for what they truly are. So, what are they? They are a stream of constantly changing sensation and urges continuously passing through your body, which is also from The Happiness Trap. I felt like that was the clearest way to say it. So, the whole point of diffusion is recognizing things as they are. They're just words in your head, They're just sensations that go through your body. Those are thoughts and feelings. We don't need to attach any negative or positive to them, even though most of the time we do. You know, you don't want to feel sad. You don't want to feel depressed. You don't want to feel scared. Why would you want to feel scared? That's all bad emotions. You want to be happy. You want to be joyful. You want to be confident. You want to be brave. So we tend to go, okay, these are not so great emotions and thoughts and feelings. Ugh, we don't want those. But yes, we want all these ones. Now the thing about that is it's still giving them both control, depending on, you know, whether we believe them or not. Because we really just have to accept them as they are, not necessarily bad and good. Which is a lot of what I've learned about radical acceptance, which I'll probably talk about in another video in the future when I'm more prepared to explain it in better terms, I guess. So, just accepting your thoughts and feelings is what they are. Because really, all they are words and sensations through your body that come and go. They're constantly coming and constantly going. The only time they actually stay is when you focus your attention on them. Which, as in the book that I thought was also kind of cool, is, okay, so a lot of us think that our mind's wandering. We're somewhere else at times. We've, you know, whoa, we were somewhere else. We weren't paying attention to the present. We were just so distracted. The mind doesn't wander. It's our attention that wanders. So, we're always having thoughts. We're always having feelings. It's always going through our head. We can't stop that. But when we get up all caught in it, it's because we're drawing our attention to those specific things. So there's some emotions that you'll focus on, even though are thoughts that you're focusing on. And there's a bunch of thoughts that can be in your head, like, oh my gosh, I'm in a room right now. I have animals. I have this. But right now, what I'm thinking about is talking to you on the camera. So this is what I'm drawing my attention to. Even though I recognize that my mind recognizes everything else in the room, I'm focusing my attention on a specific thing. So you can choose what you focus on, which is a lot of what the source talks about, is what you focus on, you kind of bring on. But that's another good topic as well. So just keep that in mind, that your thoughts are coming, the thoughts are going. So when a thought comes and you kind of feel uncomfortable about it, like those demons on your boat that are just below the surface, when they pop up, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. So you're going to do whatever they tell you to do. For example, me. Okay, I want to do this video, which is out of my comfort zone. And I'm here all day like, I'm not going to be good, I'm not, all these thoughts are in my head. I'm going to be bad. I'm going to be whatever. And they're just thoughts. So throughout the week, I've kind of been keeping that in mind, that, oh, really, you just got to recognize those thoughts and move on with them. You have to determine whether these thoughts and feelings are helpful to you or not. And then just choose whether to listen to them or not. You don't have to believe them. They don't have to be part of how you live your life. They will be there. We can't stop them from showing up. But when they show up, we can choose to not let them control us. There's a few techniques on how to diffuse. The one that I like the most is thanking the mind. And what I think about when I think of this is, okay, so a thought pops in your head, I'll never be good enough. And then, you know, you don't really want to be like, thank you, mind, for telling me I'm not good enough. So don't be sarcastic either. But basically just thank your mind for being like, okay, thank you for letting me remember that. But that doesn't seem to help me right now. So, thank you, but no thank you, you know? So don't criticize your thoughts, but also just, you know, thank you, mind, for being there for me. Everybody might think, like, why would I want to thank my negative mind? Because that's what I went through with the book. But then I thought about something that Rob Dial Jr. talks about in The Mindset Mentor. And that is, when you step outside your comfort zone, it's scary. Your mind is like, no, 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 and will say anything, do anything, make you feel any way to get you to not do that. And the reason that is because we have a reptilian brain. That's an animalistic brain, or amygdala, where we feel things, okay? That's our feeling part of the brain. In the amygdala, its main job is to keep you safe and keep you living. Because back in the day, you had to really pay attention to everything around you and be safe and never ever go anywhere where you didn't know what to expect, because you could end up dead. So our mind is trying to protect us from doing anything that might get us killed. Nowadays, it's very unlikely that you're going to die from doing certain things outside your comfort zone. But your mind doesn't know that, so it wants to keep you safe. So when you're scared or anxious or sad or, you know, feeling uncomfortable, just kind of thank your brain, like, thank you, I know you're trying your best to keep me safe. But I'm not really going to use your advice, but thanks for being there. And I'm not going to push you away, you can stay there, but I just might do something else. And also just labeling those. Like, if you have a constant thought that's always popping up again and again, you could label that story. Oh, that's just the story my brain is telling me. Like, oh, that's that story. I've heard that story before, and it's just telling me stories. And you could even be like, wow, my mind is really good at making up stories to tell me to do something I haven't done before, or make me feel like I can't do something. Like, we don't know if that's gonna happen. It is creating stories. So the 3 main steps are: 1, let thoughts come and go. 2, notice when you're being hooked to any of those thoughts, or fusing with those thoughts. And 3, gently unhook yourself from those thoughts and refocus your attention on the things that are actually going to be helpful. Russ says that emotions are inevitable, behaviors and reactions are a choice. It's a lot like Rob Dial Jr. mentions about how pain is inevitable. You're gonna have times that you're feeling hurt. There are gonna be things popping up in your life that aren't great. But how you react to them, or what behavior you do, is a choice. So therefore you can choose to suffer, or you can choose to accept it and move on with life. So both of them kind of talked about that, and I kind of heard that today, so I thought that it was really cool to kind of merge those two together. So the aim of diffusion is not to judge any of your thoughts and emotions, but to just accept them for how they are, the way they are right now. It's not to stop them or get rid of them, because if you're gonna try to fight them, they're gonna keep fighting back. A lot of times I will mention how I'm at war with my own brain. I have this thought arguing with this thought, and it's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So one of the techniques is to literally just sit there and go, you know what? I am having a thought that, and whatever's in your head, just admitting that that thought is there, and just acknowledging that it is a thought, and you can move on. I've had a few this time. I've kind of been testing out this technique, and it's really helpful to me. Instead of being like, I am awful, or I'm not going to do good, you could just straight up say, I'm having a thought that I'm awful and I'm not going to do good. But it disconnects you. You're not feeling it so much when you're saying that, oh, it's just a thought that's in my head. Acceptance breaks the vicious cycle of struggle and frees you to invest your time and energy in life-enhancing activities. So choose not to waste time. Choose to do something that is actually helpful. If a thought does not benefit you in any way, acknowledge it and let it pass on by. If it is helpful, take it and use it. Same for this strategy or technique or idea. If it doesn't sit well with you, if it does not help you, if it does not benefit you, fine, don't use it. That is completely up to you. If something doesn't work, don't keep doing it. But you could always try and just see. You never know, right? That was what I learned this week, and I really hope that it helps you, and maybe you could try some of those techniques of diffusing your own thoughts and emotions, and making choices on how to react to them. And it's the same for any person you run into. You know, you can't change how they react to you, and you can choose how you react to them. So, good luck diffusing your thoughts, and choose to accept. Alright, I will see you next week with the new video. Hopefully, my aim right now is to focus on habits. The habits I have and the habits I wish to develop. And just ideas related to habits. So, I'll see you then. Bye. Trying to record this way. So, I forgot to mention that I am having the thought that you guys are going to notice that I am breaking out. So, before I did this video, I was trying to decide whether to put on foundation or not. I decided just to put on my favorite makeup, which is eyeliner, mascara, and lipstick. Just because it makes me feel good enough to go on camera, but I also know that if I tried to make it more of an effort just to make a video, I probably wouldn't make the video. So I didn't want to fully get ready. I just wanted to make sure to get this video done for myself and for you guys. So I went so full on the makeup today. So now you got to actually see what my skin looks like without foundation. Vulnerability. Attempt number 1. Alright. Yeah. So enjoy the video. Or I hope you enjoy the video. Crazy camera angles where you can see my whole room. And I didn't even pay attention to what's behind me. So yeah. Now you get to see a glimpse of my room. Unless I edit this out. But yeah. Sleeping doggy. Sleepy doggy. Here you are. Candle here. My coffee there. Wow, this is taking too long to set up. Hello, everyone. Back. Oh my goodness, Lucky. What am I gonna do with you? Okay, can you sit down? Can you sit down? He wants to be on camera. Why are you crying? Are you feeling pain? Pain? Just admitting. Loki, stop crying. My dog is crying like crazy. Yes.